Hello and welcome to the EEPROM 9. My last video, which I deleted straight off the camera, was about me basically ranting off about maths and how I hate it. Well, I decided, why then? Well, that is really quite a waste of time. The thing is, that it's quite nice. It's not even applied maths for this bloody maths exam on Monday. Yeah, let's just leave it. I really don't like maths. And if it's not even applied to the subject, what is the point? Anyway, I've decided why not do another tag video, because I like answering tags, and it's actually quite difficult to think up tags because you have to think of something that is vaguely not like something else. So here's one for you all. And this is my tag response question because I'm generating it. Please leave video responses if we feel plausible and possible. And also, God, itchy eye. Okay, so that's that sorted. Get the hair out the other eye. Yes, I might need a bit of a trim down. It's beginning to get annoying again. I need to get the scissors from there and into the mirror there and give myself a little trim up. Yep. Why spend extra money on hairdressers when you can do it yourself? It's like computer repair. Why pay someone to do it when you can do it yourself? Getting a new hard drive sorted. So, here's my tag. What got you started in collecting? Computers, electronics, whatever you collect. What started it off? What started that spark? For me, it was getting my first circuit board, which was from a old bike speedometer or watch or something like that, digital. It was a little circuit board, little watch one. I don't really have any examples around. Little one, roughly about the size of this keypad-ish type thing. Little black blob chip, oscillator crystal, little capacitor on it, not much. But it was enough to spark it off. After that, well, everything dead I could get my hands on was instantly dismantled. From mobile phones to televisions and everything, God. Yeah, I delved into some piss. Somehow I managed to avoid dismantling televisions and that before I knew about the dangers of dismantling microwaves, televisions and all that. And well, it got on that then we got broadband. This is back in 2000, of course. And the internet was actually at decent speed. I went to secondary school, who actually taught me to read and write, unlike primary school. Disappointing of them. And it's surprising the number of kids coming out of primary school who can't read and write. It's really not good. And of course, then we have... And then, of course, I started reading on the net, and as I went through, going to school, secondary school, in the library I looked for electronics books. The closest things I could find were books about computing which were 20 plus years old. These were some old books in my Homewood's library. And Homewood, by the way, is an absolutely excellent school, so if any of you live in the Kent area and need to go to a secondary school, definitely check out Homewood's Sixth Form Centre. Absolutely bloody excellent. And then, well, aside from the continued skip raiding and caretaker suppliers, I was able to obtain more and more and more electronic junk. Eventually, through looking through these books, I suddenly got lost that I wanted these vintage computers, and I started coming across vintage equipment that I couldn't bring myself to pull apart for bits to build beam robots as my knowledge expanded and I got my holy Bible, junk bots, bug bots and bots on wheels. Which, if you haven't seen the previous video where I showed it, is this. It is my holy Bible. It is a fantastic book about fantastic things. And pretty much tells you what to do with your old video recorder. And then of course, eventually, I got donated computers. The first laptop computer I got donated was some Pentium 2 thing from '98. But I didn't know how to fix it, and it, from what I remember, had a dead hard drive and it didn't come with a power supply, so that ended up being torn to pieces, and I can't remember exactly the order the rest of the 90s machines came in. But I decided not to instantly dismantle them. I'd only dismantle them if the Mobos were dead, and now I probably don't even really do that, which is quite weird. Nothing wrong with dismantling a completely and utterly motherboard dead machine to use its live components. Sadly, the RAM controller gave up on my old laptop. So yeah, and pretty much it pretty much can't boot. It's the one-off when I did get it to boot. And of course, that's how that went. And then of course I came onto eBay, which is where I picked up the Casio PV700 first. Then the Acorn Electron. Then it was the Commodore C64C. Then it was the Atari ST, then the ZX81, and I've also picked up 2 other Electrons along the way. And that is covering all the 80s computers and not even starting on the 90s computers. And I've gained more modern machines, and I want to bring a few more of them up because I have some uses for them. And I've got an old PlayStation 2 with a dead disk drive, and I managed to kill the controller ports on it. So what I want to do with that is hack it up into a Linux system. Why not? Might as well. It'd be quite nice to have a Linux PlayStation 2. You've got a fair amount of computing power there. I mean, when you look at the PS2's capabilities compared to computers of the time, it wipes the floor with them. It achieves easily DirectX 9 graphics effects. The PlayStation 2 is extremely powerful for its 300 and something megahertz speed, and yet extremely powerful. But then it's a fully 128-bit. The PS3 one only has one part of it that's 128-bit. It's all these factors that add together to make an extremely powerful machine. And that is my tag of how I started collecting and then started rambling, because that's what I kind of do. And then I shall continue on with the maths and get that out of the way. And then I shall continue on with more maths and get that out of the way. And then I shall chillax. And there's Cisco in that to fit in. But I can do that, no problemo. The question is, can you? Not really much of a question. It always used to really piss off my maths teacher whenever I answered his rhetorical questions. I don't know why. It's just me. Every question is to be answered, whether rhetorical or not. Yeah, it used to really piss me off. Like, Simon, that is a rhetorical question and doesn't need an answer. But you asked me a question, so I answered it, would be my reply. That's the thing. If you ask me a question and don't like the answer, well, don't complain about it. You shouldn't have asked the question. And we have usual sort of boring stuff. Has anyone done anything unusual today? Probably not. No, it's still the same as yesterday. Ah, yes. Fun. Anyway, I must be going now because I need to do other things. Such as eat because I'm hungry. Thanks for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed.